His approval rating is bad. Everything's bad. It's just all bad. Only 19% of the people answered Biden. And this was heavily oversampled by Democrats. 19%. And 28% said they were not sure. Not sure actually beat Biden, 28 to 19%. Oh my gosh. That's horrific. That's a bad poll. It's a very bad poll. They're struggling. He's the guy that he's not accessible to voters. You know, if you're going to be tyrants, you got to at least maintain some face time with people. Goodness. It's a bad poll. And I think that we're seeing some of this, the desperation, the what they're trying to do in order to try to keep voters, trying to act like, oh my gosh, this big bad bill in Florida. They have to have a boogeyman because their policies aren't enough. Their policies aren't attractive. They can't talk about wanting to raise taxes during a time of recession. That's a disaster. They can't talk about, they can't say anything other than Putin's price hike. And it sounds stupid when they say it and nobody's buying it because everybody noticed that everything was going up even before all of this happened. So none of it's working. They have nothing with which to recommend themselves, and all they can do is the invectives, and all they can do is the claims that they're gonna. I mean, good grief, it's just hysterical nonsense. You can't ask what they've done to improve the economy or improve jobs, immigration, even foreign policy. I mean, it's a disaster on every single thing. You have a president who's MIA, who's babysat by the Easter Bunny, and a vice president who is so underqualified for her role, it's embarrassing. She went from being AG to doing a stint in the Senate, and then she has more ambition than sense, apparently. Good heavens. So but I think that they're too invested. So my personal theory is I think that they're chosen to run, and he had some kind of health issue. It seems like he had a stroke or something. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But they were already in. They were already invested. And they hadn't brought anyone else up within the party's ranks to be able to contest the primary on a national scale like that. I mean, you had all these people, Democrat primary going into 2020, that did not have name recognition, and they really relied on those debates to make them. They really relied on, which, by the way, sidebar, I was thinking about this the other day, since the RNC is not going to be participating in these debates commission, the National Debates Commission thing anymore, because it's so partisan and just ridiculous, and they're not able to have any kind of influence in terms of moderation. I think we could see more Democratic primary coming up in 2024, if someone challenges Biden, that is. But that's the thing. Is there anyone that would? The only person I can think that would challenge him would be Sanders. I think, isn't Sanders running? He runs all the time, right? He's a perennial candidate for the Democrats. He said he would. Yeah. And he really actually beat Hillary Clinton once, but they had to cheat in Texas to eke out a victory for her. I think he could take Biden. Because just because he seems like he's alive. I think he could. Two old white dudes. One seems confused about where he is. And the other has his basic day-to-day living and breathing faculties. And he also has the far left cred. That's the other thing. And I think he might be able to outmaneuver. I don't know. He has to get around Pelosi and Schumer. They could just nix it right there. Pelosi really did not not that she disliked his policies, but you can't run out and tell people, hey, I'm a socialist and come vote for me, the socialist who just has to be in the Democrat Party. Otherwise, who am I going to caucus with? I can't get any of that Democratic senatorial committee campaign cash unless I'm part of the party. So what else is he going to do? It's going to be a very interesting thing to watch. I think that he would. I think that he may challenge him. If Bernie Sanders challenged Biden and he was able to he's sort of like a Ron Paul of the left in a way, right? Except, people who followed Ron Paul knew how to do math, and they understood economic policies. People who follow Bernie Sanders don't know anything like that at all whatsoever. They don't. They just really liked his mittens at the one inaugural ceremony. But I think that on personality, he could get a groundswell of people supporting him over Biden. What does Biden have to recommend himself? Nothing. He just comes across as too senile to even be nice. Nobody has confidence in this guy.